Hey y'all. So once again, here we are. They trying to hold your girl back. So I had to shut down my computer, start a new live. So I don't even know like if y'all can see me yet, but I'm gonna give people just a few minutes to get in here because this is crazy and it sucks. Because now it has to send out a new alert to everybody. So, all right. So, yes, Cajun, take two. All right. Karen says she can see me. Hey, Paul. Hey, let's see. The cola. Okay, you can see me. Good. Hey, Lavon. Hey, Scott. Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. YouTube trying to hold your girl back as usual. It's always something every time I try to go live. So I had to restart my computer. So I'm giving people a few minutes to get off the other live because I know some people were coming in the room and hopefully they'll get notified with this one and come over here. So happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Lavon said YouTube is trying to be like the FBI. I know, right? Hey, Anthony. So, y'all, I'm a little under the weather. You probably can hear it in my voice just a little bit. So, I don't know exactly how long I'll be on. Hopefully, if I don't start having like a sneezing fit and all that crazy stuff, we'll be here regular time. But we'll see how it goes. And yes, today is Fat Tuesday. Thank you, Standalone. Oh, okay. Thank you, Standalone. Thank you. But yes, y'all, today is Fat Tuesday. And I went to New Orleans. I went to NOLA this weekend. And we made just like a day trip. We stayed overnight and it was really fun. So many people. Oh my God. So many people. Hey, Hawaii. And I can meet in big crowds. We just don't do well. So I didn't stay on Bourbon for like too long, but we had a good time. Hey, Roland. Thank you. So I'm just giving people, y'all, a few more minutes to get in here because, like I said, YouTube be trying to hold your girl back. But y'all know I'm pretty much gonna be here. Hey, all right, welcome. So yes, Roland, I really enjoyed it. I love New Orleans. Like, I can never live there, but I like to visit. I love the food in particular. Oh my goodness, some of the best food, seafood. What do you want? Spicy food, like whatever, okay? They have it, and they have some of the best food. So that's my favorite part. And it's really good, cool atmosphere too. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right. Okay. Roland said that's where half of my family came into the country. Cajun, you're not from New Orleans. I don't okay. I think New Orleans, from when I'm visiting there, right? And it's not the exact same when you are visiting and doing the stuff visitors do compared to just doing like more local things and stuff like that. But I think New Orleans is a little bit too fast paced for me. It's very busy. Like the highways, when they have events there, the traffic, because it seems to be like one big circle, one big loop. The traffic is just horrible there. And so I'll visit New Orleans anytime in a heartbeat, but I couldn't live there. Oh, okay. So you're from 30 minutes south of New Orleans. Cool. Hey, the Barrett. The Barrett is from Raleigh, North Carolina. Jonna said, why do people who make videos always say YouTube is holding them back? YouTube is counting money, not worrying about no video. Jonah, you have no clue. All I can say is bless your heart. You need to seriously do a little bit more research and see what's going on. YouTube is a part of the media machine, okay? They're just like these other news outlets, news sources that I talk about that try to suppress information. There are literally jobs. Y'all can go and see. There are literally jobs online that are hiring right now. And I meant to mention this not long ago, but there are literally jobs that are hiring right now that all they want you to do is watch people's social media and see what's inappropriate and not appropriate. I literally was job searching last week and saw these. So it's a thing. Don't be fooled by that. Hey Ray. But yeah, like YouTube definitely censors big time. Anytime you go from you stray from the mainstream narrative or whatever the case may be, YouTube is watching. They recently sent me a email on a video I recently did. They demonetized the video, and then I sent them, like, you can send it back in for them to verify to see if you can if the video can be monetized. They sent me an email saying it was viewed manually and that it goes against their guidelines. So people are watching. Like, I only have 8,000 subscribers. You assign somebody to manually view my video, and I have 8,000 subscribers. People are watching. Like, it's real out here. It's really real. We are in a information war. Seriously. But for the people that's just coming in, I was saying that I'm a little under the weather, y'all. So y'all probably can hear it in my voice. Y'all can probably hear it in my voice a little bit. So okay, we got somebody from Mill Creek, Washington. Hey, Karen. So welcome, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Like I said, I'm a little under weather, so I just chilled today. Yesterday, I was trying to recover from a weekend. And like I said, this weekend, I went to Mardi Gras and I had fun. And today is Tuesday, so I guess happy Fat Tuesday to everybody. Hi, Calentis. So, oh, yes. Omega Dread said YouTube/Google 1984 Big Brother. I mean, honestly, all social media uses our posts and comments as psychological profile data. Y'all, I'm not lying. Don't think I'm crazy. But have you ever just been thinking about something? Okay, this might be a stretch, okay? But have you ever been thinking about something, and then the next day, like Facebook or Instagram or something will like advertise it to you? And I know people are going to say, okay, did you type it into your Google? Did you do a search for it? It's even been times where I've talked to, like, I remember one night I was talking to a friend on the phone and I was talking about Wild 'N Out, like the TV show with Nick Cannon and all that. I'm just talking on the phone. I never search anything about Wild 'N Out, like nothing. Next thing I know, I'm getting ads for Wild 'N Out. Like, and it's been times where I would think stuff Y'all don't think I'm crazy. This is real. There's been times where I would think stuff, I did not type it in. I don't recall talking to anybody about it over the phone. Next few days, I'm getting ads. I'm like, what is going on here? Mousa said they spy. Ellie said, yes, that's why I don't have Facebook on my phone. I've deleted Facebook so many times, and then I will end up getting back on there. And Ellie, I felt the same way. But the crazy part about it is so many of these things are interconnected. Because one of my friends ended up telling me, if you have WhatsApp, it's really no difference because Facebook bought them. I think Facebook bought Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. So what's really going on? But y'all, it's getting crazy out here. I don't know what's going to happen. So Ellie said your phones listens to you. And this is the thing. Hey Liza, thank you. This is the thing. Like, have y'all heard the stories about, see, some of y'all some real ones because y'all got these little Siri and what's the Google voice where you say, hey Google, or something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I can't think of what those things are called right now. But all these security systems, like I've heard some crazy stories, y'all, about people tapping into people's security systems, Google Voice listening to you. If a crime is committed in your house, I think that they can subpoena to get all the things that's been said. Like, okay, Google. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, Google. Now, I'm not, promoting y'all doing anything criminal or anything like that, but I'm just saying for the sake of the conversation. But there have been people tapping, yeah, and Alexa, yes. There are people tapping into these systems and stuff like this. It's just so crazy. I heard this one story of a lady who was like her daughter-in-law had came to visit or something, and she had like, I think these were security cameras, and she told her daughter-in-law that she was thinking about buying this new like knife set or something like that, kitchen set or something. And she said the next couple of days, she ended up getting that same thing she was talking about mailed to her. And so she called her daughter and was like, what's going on? Did you send this to me? And her daughter was like, no. And so they're like, rambling, scrambling, trying to figure out what the heck happened. Turns out people were tapping into their security cameras or something. I think they tried to trace it back. To people, but who would have known? You know what I mean? Who would have known however many 20 years ago or however long when we started using cell phones? I don't think anybody thought it would get to this point. And I do get particularly frustrated with how they use data and information about us to sell stuff to us, but I don't think they're going to stop that anytime soon. Karen said people can hear everything you say on those electronic devices and security systems. Y'all, that is freaky and uncanny. But so let me ask y'all this. I've been seeing this little documentary that's going to be coming up with Oprah about Michael Jackson. It's called After Neverland, and she's basically going to explore like some of the, his alleged victims and what they went through or whatever. So let me know, because I have my own little thoughts about this, and I was just gonna mention it quickly. But have y'all heard about that? And then drop me a 1 if you're going to be watching or you're interested in watching this documentary. Drop me a 2 if you're not. And let me know what y'all think. So I'm getting all twos. Oh my goodness. Nobody is interested in watching? Are you kidding? Okay. So obviously y'all feel very similar to me. Um like several weeks ago, maybe months ago now. Okay, so Beats by Blue said 1 and 2. I don't care for the documentary, but I will watch it if nothing else is on. So let's say those fools aren't getting my view. So y'all, this is my thing. We've talked about this a little bit with like the Me Too movement, believe all women, believe all victims. And we have talked about how when that is the social norm that we take on, okay, not only does it not allow people to be innocent, not only does it not allow, the justice system that we have in place do what they're supposed to do, but it also sets a very, very terrible precedent. Like, y'all just imagine this, right? By the way they're doing this and the platform that this is setting, this is going to create the potential for any single time a prominent figure dies, passes away, anytime a celebrity passes away, anybody, what's going to stop them? I don't know. I'm trying to think of a random celebrity. Freaking Adam Levine. I don't know. I was watching The Voice with my mom a couple nights ago. Adam Levine. You know what I mean? He passes away. God forbid. He passes away. When he does, anybody can come out and be like, Adam Levine molested me. Adam Levine raped me. Adam Levine did this and that. And just because in this information age where everybody wants drama, gossip, messiness, people want to be in the know, you can make people make money off of these people even after they're gone. What kind of precedent does that set? And let me be clear about this, okay? With the whole Michael Jackson thing. If you're doing a documentary of his life, I think it would be a failure to not include that somewhere in there, right? Because let's be clear, it is a part of his story. But to give these people a voice and to specifically, you know, talk about this or bring this up as if this man was not acquitted. Like, what the heck? And I told y'all, if you do this, if you go along with this hashtag believe all women, hashtag believe all victims, Black men are going to get the brunt of that. They are, okay? So now they are trying to R. Kelly Michael Jackson. This is what they're trying to do. So I'm bothered. I'm bothered. I don't support this. You have people switching their stories. Oprah sitting up here trying to do a money grab. Like, this man, to continue to tarnish this man's legacy after death. How long has Michael been dead now, y'all? It's been several years. Several. Now, people that you testify that he didn't do these things to you, and now it's, oh, well, I lied. I wasn't telling the truth. Anybody can do and say these things, y'all. Like, where does it stop? Where's the cutoff? At this point, you can come out with any allegations and tarnish people's legacy, like point blank, period. It doesn't matter if they're unfounded. Okay, it was said almost 10 years. It doesn't matter if it's unfounded. Or whatever the case may be, but I can't believe like all these people. Oprah was friends with Harvey Weinstein. You have all these people living that could and need to be addressed, and you want to dig up Michael Jackson. Oprah is real thirsty, y'all. Real thirsty. But anyway, if y'all are just coming in, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little under the weather, so excuse me, but I think we'll make it through this. But that's my 2 cents about that. It seems that everybody in here seems to agree. I got all twos, like people not feeling it. Like people not feeling it. And my thing is, in the event that this happened, okay, these things happen to any one of these people, not only was this man acquitted, but what do you gain at this point from doing that? Really, Atticus? Thank you, Will Morris. So yeah, I'm not feeling it either. So cool. Glad I'm not the only one. But all right, y'all. So let's get into this Terry Crews thing. Yes, they want to tarnish his image so bad, and it seems to be the money grab right now, I guess. And out of all people, really, Oprah? Like, seriously? But all right, y'all, let's get into the whole Terry Crews thing. And we'll talk about this a little bit and go from there. So basically, Terry Crews tweeted some things. Yes, Terry Crews, Gillette, the best a man could get. That Terry Crews tweeted some things that made feminists, women, whatever, you know, he basically received backlash. He received a lot of backlash recently, within the last couple of days. And Midnight said, drink a shot of whiskey and drink a beer. You will be fine by tomorrow. Cold gone. I know you don't know nothing about no hottie toddy now. No, I'm just kidding. I might do me a hottie toddy though, y'all. But okay, so Terry Crews, yes, Terry Crews from Old Spice. So this is why free speech is important. I talked a little bit about this with the whole Kevin Hart thing. I know y'all remember that. But let's look at this article so I can get some of y'all caught up if you haven't heard yet. All right, so Terry Crews apologizes after backlash over tweet claiming children raised by same-sex parents or single parents are severely malnourished. All right, so this is Terry Crews. Most of y'all recognize him from White Chicks, Everybody Hates Chris, the Gillette commercial. He came out as one of the biggest forces, or they basically tried to create this platform for him for the Me Too movement and things like that, because he was allegedly groped a Hollywood party. But anyway, Terry Crews is facing a major backlash on social media after the Brooklyn Nine-Nine star tweeted his belief that a child raised by a single parent or two same-sex parents would be severely malnourished when compared to children raised by a mother and father. According to NewsHub, Crews' controversial comment came as he tried to explain an earlier controversial remark when he tweeted about a New York Times op-ed about how young African American boys are being molded into successful men by pointing out it was written by a woman, adding Terry Crews said, "How would she know?" Dang, Terry. But basically, y'all, so Obama did this little conference where he was talking to men. I guess I don't understand. I don't know much about the organization. I don't know much about this conference. I never really understood why people were saying he was only talking to Black men. I don't know, maybe because he was alluding to hip hop culture. But basically, this is around the same time that Obama was saying, you don't have to get your confidence from women twerking around you and all this soul stuff. So, but anyway, so he was responding, Terry Crews was responding to the op-ed that was basically, it was a negative op-ed about Obama talking to these Black boys. And Terry Crews said, if a successful Black man can't advise a Black youth of the next generation, who will? The street, that's who. And so he went on to say, another thing that bothers me is that this op-ed was written by a woman about how boys should be taught to grow into successful young men. How would she know? That was rude, Terry. He said men need to hold other men accountable. So when Twitter users fired back by pointing out Crews' comments was misogynistic, he dug himself in even deeper when he responded to a critic with the following exchange, which he subsequently deleted. I reiterated many times that same-sex couples and single parents can successfully raise a child, he wrote. But I believe paternal and maternal love are like vitamins and minerals to humanity, he added. No matter where you go, that paternal and maternal love. No matter where you get that paternal and maternal love, my purpose is to give paternal love. A Twitter user responded, love is not gender. A child would not starve with only one gender loving them. To which Crews replied, but they will be severely malnourished. All right, so Crews was immediately hit with backlash for suggesting that a child raised without both the mother and the father would be malnourished, with users responding such as, you were this close, Terry Crews. This world was in the palm of your hand, and you blew it. Good luck trying to make yourself look respectable from here on out. Deuces. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How the F did Terry Crews went from speaking up about feminism and gender roles and male sexual assault to saying that kids raised without a dad grew up to be severely malnourished? What kind of demon possessed him? How can he not realize how toxic this mindset is? Oh no, toxic masculinity. So here we have people trying to counsel Terry Crews. Now, this was just their hero only a few weeks back, y'all. Okay. So, despite the backlash, Cruz is standing his ground, insisting, I have a mind of my own and I can see and think very clearly. You apparently thought I was your puppet, but I have a mind of my own. The phobic tag is the most feared public tag next to racist. I don't fear because I am neither. Bullies come in all shapes and sizes. And he basically went on to tell people, since I'm canceled, you can delete me if you don't agree with me, mute me, unfollow me, block me. And so basically, he ended up apologizing after. He said, I agree. It was the wrong choice of words. In response to another tweet, I apologize. The tweet was deleted. So he did end up deleting the tweet about the malnourishment. And it was also another tweet that I don't see on this particular article. But it was another tweet that he did basically saying that feminism, somebody said, all that money you make from feminism. He said, first of all, feminism hasn't paid me a dime. So your boy went in. He said, and how would she know? So, y'all, this is why I am an avid believer that people should not make people their heroes, okay? Stop putting these people on a pedestal. I feel bad for celebrities. I feel very bad for them because they cannot be normal. They cannot have opinions, particularly differing opinions. You have to be very unproblematic. You have to be very quiet, okay? They are trying to create this monolithic idea. Oh, well, he felt this way. He must also feel this way. Now, these are supposed to be the most tolerant, free, accepting people. But the moment you differ even a little, you were just their hero. You were just their hero. But the moment you differ even a little bit, you are canceled. You are misogynistic. I wonder, is this bad enough for Gillette to come out and disavow him or his statements? The face of the Me Too movement. The face of the Me Too movement is now being called misogynistic, y'all. And so this is what people do. The moment they don't agree with you, they label you, right? Because now you're misogynistic and it's a way to hit you with this dagger. And so now basically nothing else you say matters. It's all irrelevant, right? Because if you're racist, misogynistic, homophobic, xenophobic, that's it. They throw that word out and it deads the conversation, right? And this is what happens. Stop asking celebrities to speak up for y'all. Speak up on your behalf. If they cannot be people, they cannot have different opinions. I never really spoken a whole Terry Crews thing with the sexual assault and him being the face of the Me Too movement and all this. Originally, when I heard, the allegations that he was accusing, this Hollywood elite or executive of groping him, my knee-jerk reaction, I did have all these, okay, you're this tall, you're this big, you're in front of your wife. But at the end of the day, I cannot say how somebody would react to certain situations by a man never being in that position with another man. I don't know. Okay. People react differently. We could say we'll do things in a moment and maybe not do it. I've been in situations where things have happened. And in a moment, I'm like stuck or don't know what to say or don't know how to handle it. And then I find myself being mad after the fact and saying, well, I would have done this. I would have done that. So I can't say, okay. But what I can say for the most part, Terry Crews seems to be he seems to be genuine. He seems to believe in the stuff he talks about. I also know that he is a Christian. Is his wife, y'all? Is his wife either a minister or is she in some type of something with ministry or singing or something, if I recall correctly? But people forget Terry Crews is a devout Christian. And it's sad that we live in a situation, a generation where if you are a celebrity, if you have any type of platform, you cannot have differing views. Period. Okay? You can't. The moment you do, you're out the door. And that's why I talk about people not bandwagoning these precedents to cancel people every single time they say something you don't like. Because eventually that's going to affect you. It's going to affect people that you like or whatever the case may be. Purdue said the definition of Christianity has changed in the last 10 years. Black Knight said it makes it easier for them to collectivize women against men, and feminine men hide behind feminism because they don't want to have to be masculine. What did Elvis say? Elvis said the Second Amendment is the only reason why we still have the first. This is why I talk. I deleted Celeste comment by mistake. How'd I do that? Okay, my bad. Celeste said it's changed since Jesus been here. LOL. I forgot what I was about to say because I accidentally deleted her comment. Wait, what did I do? Y'all, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Okay. Sorry, Celeste. But anyway, so y'all, let me show y'all. I just want to show y'all some of the tweets that he had on his page. I thought this was so funny. So I think he posted this. He posted this before he apologized, but he was like, me. Human beings need exercise. Woke Twitter. F you. I don't exercise. I never exercise, and I'm fine. My kids can't exercise because they were hurt. So now you're mocking them. I demand you take that back and apologize. Terry Crews, do better. He said, also me. The confused face. But he's tried to apologize. I believe men need to be more vulnerable in order to fix the many problems we created. And it starts with me. We don't always have to agree, but we must always listen. I love every person on our earth, and I want to see every man, woman, and child flourish. Ugh. Okay, Terry. We get it. He had a talk with people from the LGBT community and why they were hurt by his comments. So before that, he was like, I'm not hiding it all. I'm right here, sir. Won't be the first time a mob with torches come for Black people who think for themselves. Oh, Terry, poor Terry, if you only knew. This is why you do not put yourself on these people pedestals, because as soon as you say if you veer a little bit, it's over. Look, Emily Sears. It's sad because I really backed him. I've openly supported him countless times, but unfortunately, most of these male allies burn their bridges with women who try to help them grow by holding them accountable instead of listening to us. It's always like this. I'm not surprised. I get so annoyed when people talk about this. Imagine a man publicly saying he was trying to help women grow, the backlash he would get. Like, it's annoying. If you're going to be for equality, be for it all the way around. That's all I'm saying. So which one is it? Some people, I'm sure, are applauding him. Like this person said, they raised a son that was not biologically his. Keep up the good work. I want to show y'all the one where he said something about he said something about feminism hasn't paid him one dime. I think it's so. Anyway, I can't find it now. But basically, one woman was like, how can you, how can you support feminism? Something about messing up his money or something. And it was like, feminism hasn't given me one dime. Like, so what are you talking about? But this is exactly why this is exactly why people need to stop putting people on pedestals and allow them to be them. You're not going to agree with every single freaking thing I say. You're just not. I mean, you're not. Okay? Like, and for people that pride themselves on being individuals and being free and being all these things, and you turn around and put people in boxes, or you immediately try to counsel them for something you don't agree with, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it doesn't allow anybody empathy, the room to grow, to be their own person. I mean, just to be them. Like, how dare a husband of almost 30 freaking years, a father, talk about the importance of his role? How dare he? Why would he do that? People are actually offended by this man saying the role that he plays in his children's life are important. Not only that, we have facts. We have facts that suggest that y'all know the statistics about children raising in single parent homes, okay? We know the statistics. They're more likely to be promiscuous or start having sex at an earlier age. They're more likely or susceptible to like drugs, gang violence, suicide. And also, the most important thing is that oftentimes single mother households struggle very much financially, okay? So not only most times that mother might make less, particularly if she didn't finish getting her education or whatever, things like that. She might have to work a job that's more lenient with her being able to get like sick leave and things like that. A lot of times single mothers work longer hours, so they don't have the time to dedicate to their children as they would with that other person there, or whatever the case may be. But like, the statistics are there, and don't misunderstand me for one moment. I am not saying, okay, that single parents or even same-sex couples don't have children that are productive in life. In no way am I saying it. My dad is a product of a single parent home. He was raised by his mother. His father was not there, okay, but he was in my life. And so my dad is very productive, protector, provider, maintainer, even though my mom worked as well. But all those boxes that added that balance to my mom's nourishment and emotional side and things like this, okay? All of that balance was there for me. And even with my dad and how he addresses certain things and responds to certain things, I can tell a difference. Like even with guys, and don't get me wrong, my dad is a great father, not perfect by any means, but a great dad nonetheless. And I thank him for being there and trying to get it right, even though he didn't particularly have that example in his household. But even my dad will talk about how important male role models and male figures were to him because of the lack of having a father in his home. He will talk about how important the neighbors were, his uncle, his very like the deacons and preachers in the church. Because my dad grew up in a very well, I don't think my grandma really got into the church till my dad was like a teenager or maybe like in his late teenage life. But you know, the deacons and the preachers were very instrumental to his life. And my dad will admit that. And even so many single mothers that I know, a lot of people just talk from their own situation, but a lot of people don't really know what's going on out here in the streets. Like as a person that has worked hands on with these populations, particularly mothers that have teenage boys, they will tell you they're probably not just going around blasting it to the world. You know what I mean? They're probably not, getting on Twitter and letting Facebook know or writing articles. But in certain situations, when you actually work hands on with these populations, you will have mothers that tell you, look, I did fine till he was this age, but he's a teenager now. Certain stuff, I just know I need male energy around him. I need a male figure there, a presence there. I need to get him around some type of male energy. A lot of these little boys are dealing with moms, aunts, grandmas, and female teachers. Okay. My cousin called me. Well, I called him. I think like last week sometime, and we were just talking, and he ended up telling me he's in the military. He's been in the Air Force for, oh my God, we're like the same age. So he's been in the Air Force for like 10 years now. And he was just telling me that, he's going to stop and he's going to do teaching. He's going to go into one of the inner city schools and do teaching. And literally in that moment, I thanked him. I'm like, you are so needed. You are so important. And I'm sure it doesn't compare to, this is my assumption, but I don't know if it compares to the money, to the type of work he been doing in the military for years. And I told him, like, you are so needed. What you're doing is so important. So, this belief in this idea and this narrative that they are trying to create, that all people think like this, all women think like this, all single mothers think like this, is just really not true, okay? And I find it funny how people care about science till they don't care about science. People care about statistics until they don't care about statistics. Terry Crews has been a father for years, and I'm sure he can see the type of um, effect that he's had on his children. So when y'all feed into these narratives of council culture, you say one thing I agree with and it's over for you. These are the type of precedents that you set, even with the Kevin Hart thing, okay? Even with the Megan Kelly thing. I've said this. People are always cool with something until it comes knocking at your front door. Okay? Free speech, people are against it, right? When it's the speech they don't agree with until it comes knocking at your front door. A lot of people can't understand how the media and people would do Kevin Hart how they did, but y'all supported them doing Megan Kelly how they did her. With the whole Megan Kelly situation, she said something about she didn't understand blackface, how it was cool back in the day, and this, that, and other, this and the other. They literally had a show the next day, called Roland Martin on there, called some other people on there, talked about how, because I thought this is what people wanted, right? We want conversations. Let's talk. Let's talk about why these things hurt and these things matter. Okay. Had Roland Martin, all these people on the next day, and literally fired the lady anyway. How embarrassing and how ridiculous. If you were going to let her go, just let her go. But my thing is, when you feed into that, you create the same type of atmosphere for the Kevin Harts, the Terry Crews. And so I've even talked about this with my dad. My dad doesn't use a freaking computer, like rarely ever. He's not on any social media. He watches the same old news that comes on the TV. He's not out here listening to thought panels and being in whatever y'all call these spaces for people. And if I tried to explain toxic masculinity or even just brought that topic up to my dad, he'll probably be like, "What? Toxic what? What does that mean?" As a matter of fact, my mom asked me that a couple weeks ago. And my mom watches almost all my YouTube stuff, and she sees the stuff that I talk about on social media. so, so, my mama said, "Rhonda, you mentioned something in one of your videos. It was something about masculine." I said, "Toxic masculinity." She said, "Yo, what is that? Like, what does that mean?" And so I had to explain it to her. But this belief that we're all working under the same system, we all have the same thoughts, we're all as progressive or know the same things, or believe the same things, is not true, okay? It's not true. And I can't believe in 2019 it's offensive for a father to believe that children need both male and female energy, female and male balance in their lives, for that to be offensive, what the heck? What the heck? And so eventually, for any type of celebrities that may be Christian, that may be religious, that may have any of these type of beliefs, they're not going to be able to talk, or they're going to have to go with the mainstream narrative. In all instances, are children gonna come from two-parent homes? No, we know that, okay? I'm certain that some of us have friends or family or whatever the case may be that do not come from two-parent homes, and they're still great people. They can be very successful, whatever. But there are statistics that say that you just have a better chance in a lot of areas with two parents, and there's nothing wrong with saying it. It's not offensive. It's not to offend anybody. It's not to tell people that you are deficient or anything. But even dating, I can totally tell dating guys who come from two-parent homes compared to one-parent homes. I can totally tell the difference. And that's not to say any guy that I've dated from two-parent homes are horrible people. They're not. They're awesome people, just like any other people. But a lot of times I could tell in ways of communicating. And it's funny because the men that grow up in these two-parent homes, a lot of women will attribute some of these characteristics as toxic masculinity. So that's the even crazier part about it. But anyway, in terms of trustworthiness, in terms of like teamwork, like being able to do things together, in terms of communication and being able to express themselves, in terms of being able to express their emotions, I can tell the difference. And these are the things that feminists say they want men to have, but in my experience, when a person has come from a two-parent home, they're more likely to be well-rounded in some of those emotional areas, communication areas, having a certain, like, I don't say, it's not like a respect for women, but it's like a more of an empathy that's there. And I'm not saying, it's to some extreme level, okay? Because I don't date bad people. None of them are bad people. But just on some of those levels, those little things and how they communicate and express themselves, I've been able to tell the difference in my personal experience, and nobody can take that away from me and say I'm wrong for that. Does that mean that I'm just Xing, guys raised in single parent homes out of the equation? No. That does not mean it. I think any person that you date, marry, whatever the case may be, you're going to run into challenges, significant challenges, just because you're bringing two people with different beliefs that came from different households together. But I mean, it's just my thoughts. So the same people that were hailing Terry Crews as some type of hero are now throwing him to the wolves. So this is twofold. I say, people, you should never put celebrities, politicians, any of these people on a pedestal. And also celebrities and politicians, you shouldn't be jumping to be on people's pedestal. Don't do it. Because your human nature will eventually come out. Something that people don't like or don't agree with will eventually come out, and it's over for you. They will cancel you in hashtag cancel culture. So this is why I'm super big on not, and a lot of these people, I don't trust them anyway. A lot of them are corrupt. They lie. Some of them don't even really believe in a lot of the things they even talk about. A lot of them don't. Y'all, come on now. Come on. Seriously, especially when it comes to money. When it comes to these celebrity millionaires talking about money, okay, as it relates to like socialism or socialist programs or this and that, y'all really think they believe this stuff? Really, really, really? So they do it to have a certain favor with the media. Like, I have certain views that are really different from my parents because my parents are very, very, I grew up in a very Christian home. My parents are very just conservative in their values and morals, and very staunch believers of like the Bible and things like this. I may not particularly believe with every single thing they say. I, however, respect their beliefs, and they respect mine too, believe it or not. They respect um my space and give me the right to be an individual. And that's how it should be. Um So how y'all still out here believing some of these people are not letting them be who they are, I just can't. I can't understand it. And you're gonna end up being shocked and surprised and disappointed every single time. You're gonna end up being disappointed. So thank you, Connie. Exactly. Purdue said for them to be rich, they have to create a permanent underclass. Like, all the politicians are rich, like, including the ones who talk about saving the poor. A lot of them are corrupt. A lot of them. So Lenny said, I'm surprised more people don't see their obvious pandering. Me too. D Bear said virtue signaling. Absolutely. Thomas said, absolutely, individualism should be appreciated and protected instead of everyone being put into groups and group things of liberals. 100% agree. 100% agree. And that's why I let people know, even when you coming over here, I'm not, I think I have both. I have both liberal and conservative views. Of course, I believe in some or support some social programs and things like this. My problem has always been people always go too far. Always go too far, and they try to push things in there, and before you know it, you are supporting things that you do not believe in. Okay? I believe in women getting paid the same. I believe in it for the same work. I believe in women being safe in public, and if something happens to them, having a right to come forward and say that. I believe in those things. I believe in women being able to work and being able to vote and being able to work in high positions that they are capable of doing the work. I believe in it. But what I don't believe in is removing fathers from the home, acting like men are not needed, trying to make women superior under the guise of saying women are equal. I don't believe in it. Okay. So I was about to get into it. I was about to go a little deeper, but I ain't even gonna do it right now, y'all. But this is what they do. They slide things in there. Just like I told y'all with abortion. I've always been pro-choice. Like, but now I find out all the things you are trying to do and throw things in there. And it's like, wait, hold up. Y'all are doing the most. And there are unassuming, unexpecting people who don't understand what's being done. They don't know what's being done outside of what the mainstream media is telling them. They don't know. So you have a lot of unassuming people that bandwagon these organizations, that bandwagon these groups, that bandwagon these movements, and you don't really even know what you're doing. Exact same thing with Terry Crews. Here you have Terry Crews being the face of the Me Too movement, and as soon as you say that you promote fatherhood, they cancel you. How did you telling women that you should feel safe, you should not be harassed, you should not be raped, you should not be groped? How did that turn into I don't believe into fatherhood? How? But it's like when you support a certain ideology, you have to support it all. And that's problematic within itself. It's problematic within itself because what they do, they just keep going and going and going and going like the freaking Energizer Bunny. Here I am. Here I am supporting people being safe to be who they are. If you want to marry whoever you love, as long as you're an adult, that doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm not against it. And I think a lot of people came in, being supportive of that or whatever the case may be. But then the next thing you know, they have they're putting babies on birth certificates. They're letting uh trans people take scholarships from actual women. Like, you have trans people literally taking away scholarships or entering spaces for women, spaces created for women. All these safe spaces that were created for these certain groups are now going to be, you're inviting other people into those groups. You're saying you're for women being equal, and these trans people are brutalizing these women now. Brutalizing these women and virtually excluding them out of spaces because that could have been a woman, right? That could have been a woman getting that scholarship, getting that trophy, breaking his record. But now you have people taking over those spaces. Trans people should absolutely be able to compete. You know what I mean? You should be able to compete. How that should be done, if it should be done, with your born gender or in a certain classification or whatever the case may be, that's one thing. But to end up excluding yourself because you were trying to create these other spaces or making things fair is in turn making things unfair. So what I'm starting to learn in my personal journey, we have to be very careful about the things we support and promote because it starts off one way. And then before you know it, you are finding yourself being a part of this group or this narrative or this ideology. And it's like, wait. You're taking me wait. You're taking me a little bit too fast. We started here. I was with you. But now we're here. So and we see the science. We see how people are dominating. And we will still say, oh, it's okay. It's okay. And another thing, when I talk about the precedent we set, right? Just imagine the people, white people, who feel black, or white people who have grown up, even Asian people, a couple of Asian people that I grew up with, who are very similar in how they eat, how they talk, their friends, the things they care about. Okay, that's fine. That's how you grew up. But you think you're gonna step in and take a scholarship from me just because you feel like that? Who's to say? And this is already happening a little bit. But who's to say 10 years from now the effects that this is going to have? If I'm not mistaken, women are one of the biggest beneficiaries of affirmative action. That started off for Black people. Now you have, I think, even immigrants and women who are some of the primary beneficiaries of that now. And so I think what we need to do is start to, hey, Phoenix, let me say this. I think what we need to do is start dissecting these things and stop making them as one big group and movement. And we need to be very aware of the policies and the social norms that we support, y'all. I talk about social norms a lot because social norms end up moving the culture and leading to policy. It's not that far-fetched that free speech could be illegal here in the next few generations if we don't create some type of normalcy, or people don't wake up to what is happening. I talked about this a little bit with the UN and some of the things that they were trying to promote in getting the United States into this treaty with the UN. And one of the things they fight against are language and hate crimes, but that could literally be anything. And who makes those rules? Who gets to say what and what is not hate? And this is what I tell y'all. They will tell you one thing. Oh, well, it starts with the N word. And you'll think, well, hey, okay, cool. I promote that. That sounds like hate language to me. But the next thing you know, you can be saying anything and they can say, well, that's hate too. And this is what can possibly happen to the Kevin Harts and the Terry Crewses and the Megyn Kellys and whoever else if you continue to promote and stand behind these agendas. Gerald said, if you take away all the excuses for why a group could be considered victims of oppression, what platform would the Democratic Party have left to run on? Kind of makes you wonder. Gerald is kind of deep. I'm actually thinking about that. Ooh, I don't know. That's ooh. Yeah, I gotta think about that. Eliza said immigrants get free college in New York. People are leaving New York and California in droves, but these are supposed to be the most progressive areas, and people are bolting. Exactly. When they say yes, same thing with the abortion thing. How far will be too far? And that's the question people have to see now. When is it gonna click for people to be like, how far is too far? It's the same exact way with the free speech. How far is too far? And people don't understand when they bandwagon certain things, how you aid other people's agendas. And it will come to your front door. It will come. Thomas May said the worst thing though about people leaving NY and Cali is they move to red states and vote for the same policies like high taxes that cause them to move from liberal state taxes to begin with. This is something I wonder. Do people see the connection? Do people see the connection? Do people see that the most progressive states, particularly California and New York, try to stifle people the most in just regular rights? Okay. Whether it be banning, I think they tried to do a ban on free speech in California, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to put taxes on text messages. California tried to put taxes on soda. It is so expensive to live in California. Black people in particular are moving out of there in record numbers. But then when you look at California in terms of poverty, when you look at California in terms of crime, violence, when you look at California in terms of unarmed shootings, and you look at how they measure up, some of the biggest unarmed shootings of Black men have been in California. Oscar Grant, and then it was a more recent one. So my question to people is, what do y'all not get that's not lining up? These people are saying one thing, but when you look at statistics, numbers, it's not adding up. It's not the same. And people want me to come on my channel and just talk about rhetoric. Oh, did you see this person said this? This person said that. Okay, is that going to impact policy? Will it impact me on my normal everyday today life? How is that going to affect me in the long run? This person's rhetoric, is their policy different? Because you have Kamala Harris, who's saying these things now, and you look at her policies. You have Trump with his rhetoric, but then you look at his policies. We have to look at these policies, which help, which hurt, and what we care about, okay? And in my mind, what I'm starting to learn about these politicians, rhetoric is down the list. It's down the list for me. It's down the list. I've always been taught to care about rhetoric. Now I want to look at policies. That's what I care about. No way. Beats by Blue said affirmative action is banned in Cali too. Really? Cajun said he left Austin, Texas because of the dumb local elections that messed up the area. Thomas said, I heard about 2 police shootings just today. One was in progressive California. The other one was in Philadelphia, another progressive place. So y'all, all this in summation, we have to get out of these boxes, this group think, these organizations that's a one-all fit all, and try to throw everybody in these one box. And we have to start looking at policies and judging these things individually. Move further away from rhetoric, because a lot of these people are lying. First of all, these politicians, these celebrities, these talking heads, a lot of them are liars, opportunists. You have to watch the money. But thank you, Pink Starburst. But all right, y'all. That's really all I had to say for tonight. I made it through the whole live without sneezing on y'all because I have a terrible sneeze. It's so gross. Okay. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I had to say. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all give me a thumbs up if you did not like this video yet. It helps my videos spread wider and it helps YouTube recommend them more. Thank you, Gerald, for the super chat. Thank you to my mods, Cajun and yeah, right. Thank y'all for always supporting me, giving me this platform to come on here and speak my minds. Hopefully I will do a couple of more videos this week as I start to feel better. But y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.